There are two tabs basically here called cache and a physical. So being in a cache, if you purge it, it applies on the complete RPD. That means on all the tables.
Okay.
But if you want to perform only on the specific table, then go with the physical tab, select the table, and then implement the purge. Okay.
Okay.
So here in the manage cache, there is a two tabs. One is a cache, another is a physical tab. So cache tab, and if you select here and if you say purge, it is applies on the complete process. But if you want to apply on a specific table only, then go to the physical tab, expand this tree view, and specify the table. Whether you want to purge it on employee or whether you want to purge it on DEP. Okay?
Okay.
So maybe you can choose particular table. Like for example, I'm selecting DEPT and I'm saying edit purge. Click on OK. Action. Close. I purged on DEPT, but my report is on
EMP.
Employee. So if I say refresh, it is not having any change on the report level. So I'll delete one record at the database level. And I'm saying commit. At database level, it doesn't have 1001 record. And in the report, I'm saying as a refresh. So, but still it is showing here 1001. Isn't it?
Yeah.
If I go to here, once again I'm implementing going to the cache option. I'm going to the physical tab, expanding it. For example, DEPT I'm choosing once again and I'm saying purge. So if there is any cache on the DEPT table, I'm deleting that, but not on EMP. So that means still my EMP based reports will depend on the cache memory. So if you come back to the report and if you say refresh, still 1001 record is there, isn't it? Means the previous cache is not clear. So if you apply on the EMP table, then it works. Cache, cache, physical tab, expand it. Then I'm choosing EMP and I'll say edit purge. Click on OK.
Okay.
Action menu close. Now come to the report. Refresh the report. Now 1000 record is lost.
I see. Yes.
So from the cache tab, if you do it, that is for the complete model. But if you go to the physical tab, you can specify the table, maybe one table or two tables. It is depending on your wish. Okay.
Okay.
But every time you want to go to the administration tool and you want to say clear the cache, it is a little bit difficult. So the cache should be refreshed automatically based on particular time period. Maybe for every 1 day, or maybe based on for every 1 hour, or maybe based on for every 1 minute, something like that. So if you want to apply the cache in such a way, then what we need to do means instead of invoking under the management menu, try to go to the physical layer. If cache has to be refreshed based on specific time period, or if you want to say that you don't want to have a cache memory, you don't want to depend on, to disable the cache memory completely, or you want to refresh the cache memory for particular based on particular time period, then you have to do under the physical layer. If cache need not to be maintained. If cache, like if you don't want to maintain any cache, not required, then specify it in physical layer. So basically around 3 layers are there under the admin tool called as in physical layer, BMM layer and presentation layer. You tell at the physical layer level. Okay?
Okay.
specified in the physical layer on particular table, on the table. So this is one option. Or if cache has to be refreshed on based on a particular time period, then also you tell under the physical layer. If the cache has to be refreshed, then specify it in cache has to be refreshed on based on time period. Then specify it in physical layer. So how do you do this means? Come to your admin tool, go to the physical layer. In the physical layer, if you expand your spot, DEP and EMP, there are two things. I am going with the EMP for time being. Double click on this, on EMP. And in the general tab, in the bottom, there is something called as a cacheable. If you don't want to maintain a cache, disable this checkbox. Uncheck this checkbox. If you uncheck it, the cache will not be maintained. That means for every request, it goes to the physical system and gets the data. Okay?
Okay.
Clear. But instead of that, you want to refresh the cache. You don't want to remove the cache, but you want to refresh the cache for every 1 hour or for every 1 day, something like that. Then place the check mark here. Instead of saying cache never expires, then go with cache persistence time. Maybe you can say as a days, hours, minutes and seconds. Okay?
Okay.
For example, I'm choosing a seconds. And I'll say approximately, for example, 30 seconds I'm specifying. Click on OK. Save it. OK. Then I'll come back to the report. I'm refreshing the report. You're having a set of records. 1000 record is not there. So I'll try to add 1000 record. And I'm saying commit. In the select statement, 1000 record is there. But if you come here and if you say refresh, by this time you got 1001 record, isn't it?
Yes.
So for example, I'll delete that record. And I'm saying commit. 1000 record is not there. I'm saying refresh. Still it's showing 1000 record because still the 30 seconds time period is not elapsed. Once the 30 seconds is elapsed, when you say refresh, the record will be lost. So now the record is lost, isn't it?
Yes.
Because maybe the 30 seconds time is elapsed, there is a reason cache is refreshed, because of that the record is lost from here. So you can specify the time period. Maybe for every 10 days you want to refresh the cache, something like that. So usually when you are going with ETL process may be done maybe weekly once, maybe monthly once, maybe yearly once, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So when your ETL process is happening, that at that time only the new data will come into OLAP system. So only at that time if you refresh your cache, it is sufficient. Like for example, on January 1st of every year, the ETL process will happen. Means between that period, there will not be any change in the database table. So there is no need to go to the physical system on everyday basis, isn't it? So what happens? Your execution will be very much faster, will be there. Only on the January 1st only, the control goes to the database and gets the data. On the remaining days, it takes the data from the cache. So like this, I can specify with the help of time period. Okay.
Okay. So in our case, we have our ETL runs nightly, so we should have we have to specify to refresh every 24 hours.
Usually, if your ETL process is happening on everyday basis, then you set the 20 1 day.
Every 1 day.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. But so if you don't specify the refresh out of the box, then your data will never get refreshed.
No, it will not refresh.
Oh.
So every time it takes from the cache memory which is having the old data. So here we are specifying these cache options in the admin tool. But these options will work only if, first of all, your enterprise manager, if your Fusion application is supporting this. Okay. Now come to your report page. Right now in my database, I doesn't have 1001 record. I'm refreshing my report. Is the record is last year? But by this time already cache is created. So if you go to OBIEE administration, once again, open online mode, admin 123, WebLogic 123. So if you go to the manage cache, so you got one statement here. Okay.
Yep.
So now if you add again a record at the database level, and if you say commit, at database level the record is there 1001, but if you go to your report and if you say refresh, the record is not coming up, even though it is present database, because already cache is available, so it is bringing data from cache. In cache that record is not there, 1001 record. Okay. So what we are trying to do now, we will go to cache manager, edit menu, and you say purge. It is removed. Then come back to the report. Say refresh. Is the record is reached now? 1001.
Yes.
Like this we can do it. But for example, right now we are depending this entire thing on physical, basically two tables of physical system, isn't it? EMP table and DEP table. Maybe this report you have created with respect of EMP, but the model is created based on two tables, EMP and DEP. Now I thought that every time the cache should be, I want to manipulate only on the EMP table but not on DEP table. Okay. Follow. If you add any record into EMP table, that should be displayed. If you delete a record from EMP table, that should be removed. But if you make any change in the DEP table, that should not be refreshed, for example. Okay?
Okay.
Just 1 minute. So instead of applying this cache management here, you're guessing that you don't want to use it, you don't want to use it. Only two things you want to specify now. You want need or doesn't need. So instead of specifying admin tool, we can tell even at the enterprise manager.